525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter and strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in the life? How about seasons of love, seasons of love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to the land, 525,600 minutes. How do we measure the life of a woman or a man? In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died. It's time now to say now, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of Earth. Remember that.
Wasn't going to fade the music then, was she? Good afternoon, children, and welcome to our prize giving for the academic year 2019 to 20. For Salcombe Prep, at the end of what has certainly been a very different year for us all, it's with great sadness we're unable to share this event with your parents, your grandparents, your families, your older siblings, as we do previously. But it is a time for us all to be here together with the Year 6 on their final day on what is a very special event for all of you children. I'm thrilled to announce that our prize giving day will start with a musical performance, and that's going to be by one of our very talented Year 6 performers. So can we please welcome Joseph Coombs, who will be playing The Swan by Camille Saint-Saëns. Welcome, Joseph Coombs. Thank you, Joseph. That was wonderful. Well done, and we hope you'll carry on playing your piano when you get to secondary school. I'm now going to invite our head of school, Mr. Smith, to deliver his first head of school speech.
Good afternoon. Well, when Mrs. Davies asked me to focus my speech on the school's achievements of the year, my first reaction was to think, well, we got through lockdown, we did it exceptionally well, and we all deserve a medal. However, there are one or two other things to mention. Despite lockdown, there have been numerous other achievements. I'm delighted that you've been so successful in sporting events, for example, and thank you to Miss Wallbank for your inspiration. Here's a sample. Sienna in Year 6 came first in the Enfield Open Advanced Gymnastics competition. In the ISA football tournament, we were first in the Europa League, which was a plate competition. In the Enfield basketball tournament, we were the winners. In the Enfield hockey tournament, we were the winners. And the netball team were also unbeaten, but we didn't quite get to finish the competition. We achieved gold standard for the school games mark from Enfield Borough for our online sports offering, and we were due to represent Enfield Borough at the London Youth Games for basketball, but unfortunately we didn't get that opportunity. We also took part and were successful getting to the finals in the Quiz Club General Knowledge Quiz, the finals of which were due to be in June, but are now taking place online in October. Our team there was Ben in Year 6, Dana in Year 5, Sebastian in Year 4 and Vivan in Year 3. We did have another team in the regional competition, which was Lily in Year 3, Oliver in Year 4, Akshay in Year 5 and Elias in Year 6. We also got to the final of the science quiz, which was in January before lockdown, and that was at the Science Museum. Our team there in the earlier rounds was Ben and Yuvraj from Year 6, Akin and Zain from Year 5. Again, the finals have been postponed until October. Back in December, Year 3 and 4 had a very fine poetry recital, and we also took part in the Junior Congress chess competition. Jama in Year 4 got through to the finals of the ISA music competition. Amelia in Year 6 contributed to the International Children's Voices. In our SATs results, we had in reading 89% at expected and 64% at above. In spelling and grammar, 98% expected, 67% above. And in maths, many pupils getting full marks in arithmetic, and most of you are all working well into the Key Stage 3 curriculum, which is very impressive. What an achievement online learning was and still is. Right now, some pupils are in online lessons as we speak. To change from classroom teachers to online teachers and multitasking their own families in a very short space of time was a remarkable achievement for our staff. We'd like to thank them for that. The change was also remarkable for your parents as they redesigned their houses and their working days around helping you with your learning as well. But most importantly, it was a real achievement for you. The sense of responsibility and ownership that many showed as they made the most of this opportunity was absolutely inspiring. We all learnt much about the benefits and pitfalls of technology. If this had happened about 30 years ago, before the advent of the internet, if you can imagine such a thing didn't exist, people would have had to adapt in a very different way. What is clear is that we did relearn that the most important aspect about society and a school is just one word: people. We have learnt just how much the interaction with others is a key part of learning, also a key part of our well-being. We had our first Global Wellbeing Day last autumn and look forward to our next event in September. This year we've welcomed some new staff to school. We've got Miss Thorpe, who has taught art and tutored 4-H during Miss Harding's maternity leave. Miss Thorpe remains with us until Christmas. Mrs. Harding will return in January. Miss Tangaris joined us as a TA in January. Miss Ibrahim, our sports apprentice, joined us, and we wish her well with her ongoing qualification. Miss Edwards, who's tutored 4E and taught maths classes for many classes this year. Mr. Radomski, the facilities manager. Mr. Godfrey, our new caretaker. Miss McNamara, who's recently taken over 1B and will be teaching 2M in September. And we're also going to be welcoming Miss Parker Hill, who will teach 1P in September. We're delighted that Mrs. Kyriakou will be back with us full-time in September. And it's been great to have Mrs. Chowdhury back from maternity leave, and she'll be taking some of Mrs. Gadd's timetable. During the year, we've also welcomed Myron to Year 6, Sophie to Year 3. In pre-prep, we've welcomed Sophie's sister, Maya, to reception, and Safa to preschool. And we welcomed somebody with a small passion for Winnie the Pooh, who joined the school at some point this year. There are a number of people that I need to say thank you to at this stage. Miss Antonia and Miss Andrews for the superb direction of the Year 6 play is front of the mind at the moment, in very unusual circumstances, thank you. Mrs. Moss for organising all those assessments and exams that you love so much. Miss McCaffrey's taken on the head of ICT this year, excited about that. Mrs. Catlin for leading the pre-prep so brilliantly, thank you very much. And our head pupils for their example to others. Some more thank yous from me. I would like to thank Mr. Sangaris, Mrs. Gale, Miss Pagalatou, Miss Chrysostomou, and Mrs. Giorgio, who were here all the way through the Easter holidays running the Key Worker Centre, which was a major, major commitment, and a big thank you to them for that. Thank you also to Miss Walbank, Mr. Venn, Mr. Watson, Miss Roth, Miss Sangaris, Miss Humphreys, and Mrs. Angus, who were all here on the 1st of June to welcome Year 6s back into the school, and that was a very big step. Thank you. I would like to thank everybody for helping me to settle into the new school. Mrs. Alakazan, who's not here at the moment, who's helped keep me going the right way at the right time, and obviously Mrs. Davis for giving me this amazing job. It is also a time to say goodbye to some people, and we wish them well. At the end of this term, we'll be saying goodbye to Miss Weeks, Miss Edwards, Miss Ibrahim, Miss Ghazi left us earlier in the year, as does Mrs. Bula, and Eric, our caretaker, left in December. I'm sure I've forgotten somebody else that might be leaving today. Oh yes, all of Year 6. Mrs. Gadd and Mrs. Pendry King are not quite going on maternity leave yet, but they will be doing so early next term, and we wish them well. I wish to finish with a final thank you to the most important person in the school, the person who makes the school what it is and makes it the place that I want to be every day. And that is you, the pupils. Each and every one of you is equally important and very, very special. Thank you very much.
Normally, at this point, we would have the prize giving for the reception to the Year 4 pupils, but obviously they're not with us. Mr. Smith and I have been down to the pre-prep and we've given out all of the certificates, and we saw all of the 3s and 4s on their visits this week. So they've all had their certificates, they've all had their book prizes, and they've all had their photographs taken. So at this point, we're going to present the awards, the certificates for Year 5, and we're going to start with 5I. So we're going to do this. Mr. Ibrahim is going to lead you on. Mrs. Roth is going to give you certificates, and Miss Andrews is going to get some music ready for you to walk onto, and you're going to have a lovely photograph with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Catlin, and looking at Mrs. Musselwhite. Okay, when you're ready, when the music starts, we'll get them on. Some might have to come on a front row. Can you get them all in?
Would you like a second row?
Yeah.
Jacob, can you follow Sabrina, make a second line? Thank you.
Very well done, Year 5. Congratulations.
And now we're going to ask invite Jay to come up, and Miss Warbank is our standing form tutor for this afternoon. So thank you to Miss Warbank. She's going to lead you on. We're going to have some music, but the music stopped because Miss Andrews is having a chat. Miss Andrews, music! I said it all wrong. Let's give 5J a very big round of applause as well. Well done. So that concludes very quickly the certificates for the prep school children. Doesn't normally take me that long, does it? It's normally lots of you come up. So now we would now like to invite the Year Sixes to sing one of their songs from their play, and they're going to sing for us SOS. So Miss Andrews is going to ask you to stand in a minute. In a minute, wait for it. And Miss Antonia is going to come and lead from the front as well, apparently.
Yes, because she.
Okay. So Miss Andrews and Miss Antonio to the front, and you're going to lead the Year Sixes in SOS.
Stand up, you six.
All those happy days, they seem so hard to find. I try to reach for you, but you have closed your mind. Whatever happened to our love? I wish I understood. It used to be so nice, it used to be so good. So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. The love you gave me, nothing else can save me. SOS. When you're gone, how can I even try to go on? When you're gone, though I try, how can I carry on? Since you're far away, though you were standing near, and if you feel alive, but something died, I fear. I really tried to make it up. I wish I understood. What happened to our love? It used to be so good. So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. The love you gave me, nothing else can save me. SOS. When you're gone, how can I even try to go on? When you're gone, though I try, how can I carry on?
We now move on to the Year Sixes prizes and certificates. This year we will again be recognising the children in the alphabetical order of their destination schools. Firstly, well done to Elias Cormacan, who will be going to Aldenham. going to Alexandra Park School, Sana Angol.
Well done, Sarah.
To Ashmole Academy, Shreyas Armin, Luca Georgiou and Erin Kelly.
Erin in the middle. Put those between two forms. There we go. We all stand. Big smiles. Fantastic. There we go.
Well done to Lauren Delande, who will be attending Compton School.
Well done, Lauren.
Congratulations to Pranav Budamaya, Benjamin Pugh and Rian Shah, who are all going to Dame Alice Owen. Well done to Tanuka Rajapaksha, who is going to Dr. Challoner's Grammar School.
Well done, Tanuka.
And well done to Tilanya Rajapaksha, who is going to Dr. Challoner's High School. And going to Haberdashers' Girls' School in September will be Amber Raymond. And going to Haberdashers' Axe Boys' School, Havi Sivaguranathan.
Very well done.
Well done to Joseph Coombs, Joshua Owusu and Adria Suli, who will be attending the Latimer School in September.
Very well done, Jenny.
Congratulations to Moyo Adesanya, who will be going to Merchant Taylors School.
Great effort, well done.
Well done to Calypso Malialis, Myron Ryan Burns and Issa Salam, who are going to Mount House.
Very well done.
Okay, ladies in the middle. Let's go in the middle. There you go. All line up nice and straight. Okay.
Very well done.
And congratulations to Yuvraj Patel and Thailand Zutu, who are both going to QE Boys School this September.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Going to Queenswood School will be Sienna Clark and Alicia Subdan.
Congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations to Sophia Eldred, who will be attending Palmers Green High School. And going to St Albans High School for Girls, Aliyah Addo and Hannah Agombamoro. St Albans Boys School will be welcoming Arjun Das, Dian Shah and Kush Shah. Aryan Topiwala will be attending St Columbus School. Attending St John's Senior School in September will be Karina Bakhtar, Christopher Georgiou, Elias Jazieri, Amelia Nadran, Disha Shah and Divian Sheikh.
Right, let's get you sorted. There's 6 of you here. Yes. Right. Disha, go in front. There we go. There we go. All squeeze in, otherwise we're not going to get the picture. Okay.
Very well done.
And attending Winchmore School will be Zach Hassan.
Good luck, Zach.
And finally, Westminster will be welcoming Andy Yao into the lower school as his first stepping stone towards Eton or Harrow. That concludes the Year 6 Leavers Awards and Certificates. Well done, Year 6, and thank you.
Right, we're now going to move on to awarding the school prizes, which are awarded to the prep school children. This year we'll be awarding a prize for effort, progress and academic achievement. The effort prize will always be awarded to the child who staff feel always does their very best in every area of the curriculum. The progress prize will go to the child who has improved the most over the year, both academically in levels of progress, and that's for year 5. The year 6 one's slightly different, which we'll talk about when we get to that one. And there are 3 different academic prizes for the children who have achieved the best in each of the subjects of the ISEB curriculum, which is the English, Maths, Science, History, Geography and French. So we've already handed out the 3s and 4s, so we've just got the 5s to announce, and I'm going to invite Mr. Smith up to the stage in the middle to present the awards, and he's going to be ably assisted by Mrs. Catlin. So, this year in Year 5, the first prize for effort goes to Soraya Sinton.
Show them both up. Should be very
The Progress Prize this year goes to Maxwell Mansour. On to the academic prizes in reverse order. Third academic prize in the year goes to Chukwuma.
ready? Good.
Second in the year, and it was very close in Year 5, second in the year goes to George.
Got enough hands? You're going to turn your book around so you see the front of the book. Good. Very good.
And first prize in Year 5 goes to Akin. I like the fact that Akin is actually surprised he gets it. It's very humble of you.
Very well.
Well done to all of the children in Year 5 for all of their efforts this year. Let's give all of the Year 5s a very big round of applause. Okay, so before we move on to the Year 6 trophies, I have to deliver my message to the Year 6s. Now, this is normally done at the beginning, but Mr. Smith took that part this year. So this is dangerously close to you getting your prizes. So here goes. The Year 6 arrived today to the service to the sound of the song Seasons of Love, the lyrics of which start with measuring the year in minutes. 525,600 minutes to be precise. The song asks you a question. How do you measure a year? Do you measure it in daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, or in strife? Through the last few months, there have indeed been 525,600 moments that Mr. Smith, Mrs. Catlin, Mrs. Riddle, and all of the staff have actually wondered how we will get through this period of time. But get through to this speech day we have, with 525,600 memories of you all. I have measured the last year of Year 6 in many ways. All of our children, including all of our Year 6s before me, have truly been our rainbow children, who have had to face what has been the most difficult of years. Not only have you had to meet the challenges of the 11 plus process, you've had to face lockdown. You've had to face learning from home and engaging in online learning. It's been a time when the world has truly stood still and we've been forced to reflect on what is important in life and what isn't important. Yet through this adversity, you have all excelled. You have risen to the challenges before you, and you've all come back to school determined to to work to the very end and achieve everything you possibly could. The staff and I are all so proud of every single one of you. History books will definitely talk about this time of lockdown, how the world has changed, how education has evolved, and how learning moved forward with technology. We've learnt during this time that nothing is impossible. As Muhammad Ali, the greatest world heavyweight boxer champion, once said, impossible is just a big word thrown around by small people who find it easier to live in the world they are given, rather than explore the power that they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it is an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary, and there is nothing impossible to those who are willing to try. You and the rest of the school are the generation that have been willing to try. I believe you will build your dreams to fix the world with a very different perspective. And as the academic year draws to a close and we have to say goodbye to you all, I urge you to remember what we have learned during this period of lockdown and what is important in life and what isn't. Your generation is unique. No generation before you have had such an experience. So Year 6 today, you're leaving with many gifts. Salcombe has been one of those gifts to you all. It is a safe place where you have discovered that we are all interdependent and you have learnt to put others before yourself, because you in turn were being looked after by others. You have learnt that we are very much more alike than we are different, and whilst everyone's path through life is unique, we can all benefit from the knowledge of the more experienced walkers ahead, who can tell us of the most beautiful things to see and guide us to the safer places to cross the rivers, or encourage us to climb those mountains, or to simply avoid the quicksand. So to finish my message to Year 6, it is quite simple, and I will tell you just one thing. Make the most of the 525,600 minutes of each and every year to make a difference, to spread the love, to go and have your adventures, to follow your dreams, and to go and fix the world. Good luck, Year 6, at your secondary schools. We're going to miss you all. Thank you. We're now going to move on to the first of the Year 6 Cups, and we will start with the Trinity Guildhall Awards. Now, normally it is at this time of the year that I would ask the beloved Mrs. Turwey to the stage to present them to you. But as you all know, she lost her battle with cancer earlier this year. So instead, I'm asking her daughter, Mrs. Roth, to make these awards, as I know it's what Mrs. Turwey would have wanted. These cups would normally go with the highest marks in the exam, and they can be awarded to Years 3 to 6. But this year, we have asked Mrs. Gadd and Mrs. Kiriaki to judge the top performers. So where is Mrs. Roth? Would you like to come forward, Mrs. Roth? So, this year, in honour of Mrs. Turwey, the performance text this year goes to a budding star of the future, and that is Elias Cormican. And the Communications Cup goes to joint winner, goes to the next winner, which is Calypso Morales. Okay. I'm now going to swap with Mr. Watson.
We will now move on to the Sports Cups. Can I ask Miss Wallbank to come to the stage to present them, please? These cups will be awarded to the top sports performers in the different sports. First of all, the football cup goes to the very talented Andy Yao. The netball cup goes to Hannah Ogunbamawo. The athletics cup is awarded to Pranav Budimaya. The basketball cup is awarded to the very talented Rian Shah. This year the hockey trophy is presented to Pavi Sivaguranathan. The gymnastics cup goes to the Enfield Borough champion, Sienna Glass. And the tag rugby trophy, is that a new trophy, Miss Warbank?
Brand new.
Brand new trophy goes to Moyo Adesanya.
Sadly, there was no sports day this year, so the Victor Ludorum and Victor Ludorix were not being awarded. So our final cup this year is for Outstanding Sportsman of the Year for Salcombe. And the Outstanding Sportsperson's Cup is really for our future sporting heroes. Since we started this award, it's gone to an athlete, a cricketer and a footballer, and I hope one day to see them back to share their success. So that is actually one of the clauses. If you get this prize, you have to come back and share your sporting success in the future. The cup this year is going to a brilliant sportsman who first and foremost is a brilliant team player. They encourage their peers and is always gracious whether on the winning or losing team. He once told me in assembly that in the future he wants to be a sprinter like Usain Bolt, and I'll be watching the athletics track with great interest in the years to come. Our Outstanding Sportsperson of the Year is Moyo Adesanya. Well done to all our sporting prize winners and to Miss Warbank for all her hard work organising the sporting fixtures. For a small school, we do incredibly well on the sports field, and it's all down to Miss Warbank and her team. So thank you to Miss Warbank. Let's give her a clap, please. For the next cups, I'm going to invite forward Mrs. Catlin, the Deputy Head of the Pre-Prep, to come forward to present them. And these cups are for community, the creative arts and for conduct. And Mr. Smith, who's got the first time to do this, is actually going to hand the trophies over. So, the Citizenship Cup this year is awarded for the overall commitment to the school community. And this year's winner is a terrific young man who is always there to help and support his peers, especially in house competitions. He's kind and he's gentle and he's caring and has been one of the best house captains we've had during my tenureship here at Salcombe. So let's please celebrate this year's winner of the Citizenship Cup, Aryan Topawara. And I'm a little disappointed he hasn't got his hat on that he wore for the house competition. We're very lucky also at Salcombe to have some very talented artists, and I know that it's really difficult to come up with these prizes. So the Art Cup goes this year to a very talented Talanya Rajapaksa. The DT Craft Club goes to a creative and imaginative young man, and it goes this year to Divian Chef. The Drama Cup goes this year to someone who has shone in drama lessons all year and was our very own Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo? Luca Giorgio.
Well done. Can I stand to have your photo taken? Well done,
This was a very difficult cup to decide the next one. Where again, this year group is very talented both musically, and it goes this year to Amelia Najaran. The last cup in this section is the Good Conduct Cup, and this goes to an impeccably behaved child who is also an excellent student. He's bright and he's cheery and always makes excellent contributions in class, and I feel very honoured to have taught him during his time here. So well done and congratulations to Adrius Suli. I'm now going to ask my head of school and deputy head to swap places. Mr. Smith is going to present the next cups for the academic subjects. These cups are this year awarded to children who have gained the most progress as well as the highest marks in their final assessments. So the English Cup goes this year. They had a really beautiful comment from their English teacher on their school report to say that one day they might well be a professional author. So congratulations to a very impressive person in English, that is Rian Shah. And there's the speech. Come on. Thank you, Rian.
Very well done.
It's a good job he was good at basketball as well. He caught my speech. We want the book though. When you want the book. The Maths Cup goes to a very talented young man who not only impresses me musically, but also as a mathematician. It is Joseph Coombs.
Congratulations.
The Science Cup goes to someone who's not only a scientific whiz, but he was brilliantly cast by Miss Antonio as Shakespeare in the play. It is Benjamin Pugh. And that is the cup that he wanted. Of all of them was the Science Cup, wasn't he?
Second.
Oh. Mr. Ben, I was wrong. I thought it was going to be your subject, but never mind. The ICT Cup goes to a genius on the keyboard, and it is Amber Raymond. The French Cup is going to a talented linguist, and that is Moya Andesania. The next cup is the Linda Cooley Spanish Cup, and it goes to another of our talented linguists, and that is Arjun Das.
Got everything? Well done.
We found this cup. We didn't have it, and we found it. It is the Latin Cup. We'd lost it for a while, but the Latin Cup is back, and we found it, and this goes to Shakespeare, Ben Pugh.
Well done, Ben. Got everything?
The History Cup goes to an extremely studious historian, and that's Yuvraj Patel. And the last cup in this section is the Geography Cup, and then this goes to a young man with an incredible general knowledge who is part of our winning general knowledge quiz team. It's Benjamin Pugh. Was this the one you wanted? You wanted the math? You wanted the math one? Mr. Watson's proud of you anyway, aren't you, Mr. Watson? Yeah, there you go. Right, the next prizes are for effort. This effort prize and cup in Year 6 goes to someone who always tries very hard in every lesson they're in. He's worked extremely hard since he's joined us. And he joined us late, and sadly he's just fallen out of one of the academic prizes because he came fourth overall in the year group, which from where he started when he joined us is an incredible Salcombe journey. So this year the effort prize, the book and the certificate go to Arjun Das.
Seriously, can you erase it? Picture of food. And where are we going to put your boot? There we go. Multitasking. Well done, Arjun.
For the Warmer Memorial Cup for all-round progress, Mr. Smith and I both completely agreed on this one. The last year has been transformational for this pupil, but I recall when this pupil started with us. They started late into school, having lived abroad for a very long time, and they came to us, they could not read, they could not write. They've made an incredible journey with us, and they deserve to be recognised for what she's achieved this year, gaining 4 places at independent schools, and gave her the choice of where to go. So congratulations to Sophia Eldridge.
Got that? Got a spare hand? Very well done.
Next, we have the all-round academic prizes, which again are always extremely close in Year 6. We've got a very, very talented year group, and I have to say the boys are extremely competitive in this year group. Ever since you were little, you've competed. And compete you have, and it was extremely close. It is calculated on the marks fed into the system by the teachers. And third Academic Prize in Year 6 goes this year to someone who I'm absolutely thrilled for. He's continued to work extremely hard throughout the year and has flourished in his final year with us. He is our head boy, and so congratulations to Danuta Rajapaksa.
Very well done.
The next prize goes to someone, in my opinion, who should have been in the prizes every year. The person who gets this will have to go back and read all the comments I've written on the school reports for the last 4 years, and I'm so glad they've made it in the final year. He is extremely talented. He hasn't had the easiest of journeys, and I recall many a conversation we've had about behaviour, concentration, and actually just shining, because this child should shine. And I'm so glad he's made it to the academic prizes in his final year. Well done, Yuvraj Patel. Mr. Ibrahim, no, I bought him a history book. Top academic prize is very much about consistency of effort and consistency of attainment. It's about dedication to all subjects and not just about trying in the subjects you like. As I've said, this year is a highly talented, clever and wise old bunch with lots of highly competitive boys. They achieve great things in life, I'm sure, and to come top amongst the likes of all of these academic children in this year group is a real triumph. Personally, when you see this person who gets this prize sitting in their maths group, they stand out as the rose amongst the thorns. It's easy to understand then that the first academic prize goes to Talanya Rajapaksa. Okay, so the final cup for this year is my Heads Cup. I award this to someone who I feel has always fulfilled the ethos of the school, and as the programme we normally state, has always made an outstanding contribution to Salcombe. Every year I stand here and say it's been really difficult to decide, as I said in my speech. Each consecutive Year 6 has left me with such lasting memories, and this year group is no exception. Hence, the pupil who is getting this prize has had to stand out from all of the others in some way. Academically, like so many of you Year 6, this pupil is talented. Like so many of our pupils, their journey has been great. This group of Year 6s were my first reception children when I started at the school. You were my babies, and this pupil was one of the quietest in reception, and they remain one of the quietest in school today, except when their talent is being used. And this person has incredible talent, and what is wonderful to see is this person does not let their talent overpower them, nor does it overshadow their schoolwork. They juggle their talent with their schoolwork. They do incredibly well. They are humble and they are modest about what they can and have achieved. One of my proudest moments I've ever had as a teacher was seeing this pupil perform on a stage, and they were instantly transformed into a star. I could not believe the transformation that song and dance can do, but this pupil truly lights up. I must confess, I did sit in the audience during the first week of her first stint in London, and I cried a few tears. Or correction, I was crying a lot, but it was dark and nobody could see me. Because I was not only proud of her, but I was also very proud of every single teacher who has supported her and every other child along their way at Salcombe to aspire, to believe and to achieve. She is a shining example that you can achieve everything you aspire to be if you believe in yourself and your talents and your dreams. So this year, my Heads Cup goes to Sienna Clark. I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Watson.
As the Grand Master of the houses, I am now going to announce the winning house of 2019-20. When I announce the winning house, can the house captain of the winning house come forwards? This year has been very close, very, very close. So when we added up the house points this morning, or even it might have even been up this afternoon by the time the final totals were added up. I will read them out in reverse order. Deakin, average house points per person, 163. Rosedene, 166. Claremont, 169.
I would now like to thank my head boy and head girl, Talani and Tanuka, who for the academic year have done a tremendous job conducting tours for visitors, generally helping around the school on our open days and school events. We have a certificate and a book for you both, but you can only have them after your speech. Well done to you both, and please can you come over to the pulpit to give your speeches.
Good afternoon, Miss Davies, Mr. Smith, all the teachers and my friends. I am Tanuka Rajapaksha, the current head boy of Salcombe. I have been with Salcombe for a long time, from preschool all the way to year 6. My Salcombe journey started in preschool when I was 2 years and 10 months. I had an abundance of teachers to help me, like Miss Andreas, Miss Roth and so many others. Their influence and ability as teachers helped me gain courage like I never thought I could. They helped me every step of the way, and if I fell, they would help me get back up even stronger. So I must pay a huge debt of gratitude to Miss Andreas, Miss Roth, and every other preschool teacher. Now coming on to reception, I was fortunate enough to have Miss Purcell. She was incredible. She was there when I needed her, and I am so obliged to her effort that shaped me in my first years at Salcombe. Now, when I was in year 1, I was lucky enough to have Miss Lumley. She was such a funny teacher. I felt secure and safe with her wherever I went. She was so affectionate and loving. My final teacher in the low school was Miss Pooler. I still share a huge value and respect towards her. She has corrected me and taught me all the subjects, especially mathematics, in a manner that I will never forget. My upper school journey kicked off with Miss Bailey. She was such an understanding teacher. I could not start a happy time at the upper school without her. She gave me that happiness which carried with me throughout Salcombe, and I am extremely grateful for all her kind actions. In year 4, I was with Miss Warbank. In that class I made so many friends, and I felt at home with Miss Warbank. And every second in the class was enjoyable. My friendship with my friends bonded even more during our residential trip to Juniper Hall. Once in year 5, I was supposed to be a big boy at the school. I realized I had suddenly come such a long way, and I was coming near the end. This year went so quickly, and so much of that was because of our stressful exams. My stress was all taken away, though, by my amazing form tutor, Mr. Venn. Mr. Venn, you are such a kind teacher, and you made me attain self-discipline and independence. You made me acquire dauntlessness, and I am incredibly grateful to you. My last but not least form tutor is Mr. Watson. Mr. Watson, you have been such a fun and enjoyable and memorable form tutor. You have helped me gather so many qualities I need, and I will always be thankful. You have been an outstanding teacher. I would not be the person I am without you. You perfected me and brushed me up for secondary, and I am indebted to you. In addition, I want to say a huge thanks to all the subject teachers and all other Salcombe staff. I'm so appreciative of what you have done through the years, especially this year. We have all gone through hard times, but nothing like this. You have found a way to cope for our good, and you have kept our hopes up with the hardships we have faced recently. Thank you all the teachers for also giving us teams. Your challenging work paid off. I would also like to thank each one of my friends. You each made a difference and changed me, and without you I would not be here standing today. So I want to say a huge thank you to my friends for making my time at Salcombe enjoyable and fun. You've also made my trips memorable and exciting. Even though our France trip was cancelled, we had so many new experiences with online teaching. When I started Salcombe, I never thought I would be talking to my teachers through a microphone. Even though we have social distancing restrictions, this has only made our hearts get even closer. My advice for my younger friends is our school motto: aspire. Always go and aim for your goals. No matter what others say, you can do it. Then you must believe. You cannot just aspire. You have to believe in your aspirations. It might seem impossible, but try your best and keep your hopes up. There's a saying from a famous person, Nelson Mandela: a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Every single person needs to believe to achieve. Once you can believe, you can do anything, and you can achieve anything you can imagine. Since we are all going through hard times, every student needs to keep their hopes high and be happy and grateful that we are getting the best education despite all this. I would like to say all the very best to the new Year 6s and all other year groups, and a big good luck to the next head boy and head girl. I just want to say a final thank you to my friends, teachers, all other Salcombe staff, my Mr. Smith, Miss Davies, and especially my family for making this all happen. Have a pleasant evening.
Good afternoon, Miss Davies, Mr. Smith, teachers and friends. My name is Tilanya Rajapaksha and I'm the current head girl of Salcombe Preparatory School. Today I'm going to be speaking about my journey at Salcombe and hopefully inspire some people along the way. I started this special journey when I was only 2 years and 10 months old. I remember being walked in with Miss Andreas and sitting down with all the other children. The assistant teachers at preschool were so amiable, including Miss Roth, Miss Giorgio and many, many others. First, I would like to pay an immense debt of gratitude to Miss Roth, Miss Andreas and all the other preschool teachers, because without these teachers I may not be standing here talking to you today. So thank you. You were all so kind to me. You gave me confidence and were extremely understanding. You found my true talents, passions and curiosity. I continued my pre-prep school years with more spectacular teachers. Miss Konstantinidou in reception, who was such a kind and understanding teacher. Miss Bailey in year 1, who was so affectionate. And finally, Miss Ahmed, Miss Eston, Miss Lewis and Mr. Maharan, who all taught me in year 2 and were all so inspiring. One person I cannot forget is Miss Newson, the former head of the lower school. She was such an encouraging teacher. She taught me never to give up and always persevere. Near the end of my time at the lower school, I was apprehensive to make that next step to the prep school. However, believe me, the hardest part is just putting that best foot forward. After that, everything rolls smoothly with some effort put in, of course. I initially never had that courage when I was in year 2 to put that foot forward and make that next big step. However, the courage and confidence given by my pre-prep teachers was impeccable. I could not have asked for anything more. I'm ever grateful to all of these teachers for giving me a steady foundation that I can carry through to my prep years and further. I then moved into the upper school. It did take a bit of time to get used to, but with the help of more astonishing teachers, I got used to the surroundings very comfortably. In Year 3, I was fortunate to have Miss Costa, who was such an inspiring teacher. That same year, I went on my first residential trip to Cuffley Camp, and at first it was very nerve-wracking. But after the first night, it was extremely exciting. I learned so much from it, and it was truly an unforgettable experience being away from my family and home for the first time. In Year 4, I had Miss Harding, who was such an astounding teacher because of her kindness and amazing personality. This year we went to Juniper Hall, where I learned a lot about navigation and I bonded more with my friends. In Year 5 I had Miss Woolbank, who was such an encouraging teacher. This year we went to Bushcraft. It was really fun where we went to Bushcraft. My last form tutor of Salcombe was Mr. Venn. Mr. Venn, thank you so much for being such an inspiring, persevering form tutor. You've helped shape me for my last year at this unparalleled school, so I'd like to thank you. In Year 6, the residential trip is going to France. Unfortunately, this year it was cancelled because of COVID-19. However, this has showed me that we shouldn't just look at the negative side of things, and we shouldn't take things for granted. COVID-19 has brought families closer together. It has caused less pollution and has given us a clear message about looking after each other and the world we live in. This also gave me a new experience of online education, which I've enjoyed thoroughly, so I'd like to thank all of the teachers who have worked extremely hard to put this together for us. I would also like to say thank you to all of my subject teachers for giving me an abundance of knowledge that I can use for the years to come. Next, I would like to say a colossal thank you to all of my friends. If it weren't for you, I would not be standing here talking right now. Along the way, you have given me courage and confidence to help me do different things. You've inspired me and helped me to such a significant extent. So I'd like to say a colossal thank you to all of you. My journey at Salcombe would not be the same without the guidance and support given by my family. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for choosing Salcombe. There is one last thing I would like to say before I end my speech. Salcombe has been the best experience of my life without a shadow of a doubt. And it is not because of the building or the playground. It is because of the people. Salcombe is a family, a community. And I want to give one last thank you to that community who made this journey as supreme as it has been. You've all shaped me to what I am today, and I would like to say thank you. Remember, we meet to part and part to meet, and all of us can achieve anything we want to if we put our minds to it. So aspire, believe, and you will achieve. And good luck to the next head pupils of the school. Now may the rest of year 6 stand up to sing Umbrella.
Fancy shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took enough time to stick it out till the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh, eh. Stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh. You can run into my arms. It's okay, don't be alarmed. Come to me. So I'm gonna let the rain pour. I'll be all you need and more. Oh, because when the sun shines, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took enough time to stick it out till the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh.
Well done, Year 6. Thankfully, we didn't need an umbrella this afternoon. The rain has stayed off for your final day. Before I announce Head Boy and Head Girl, a message for my Year 5s. Year 5, you have approximately 5 minutes left of being Year 5, and next year, Year 6 will be a huge job for you. You have got to follow in the footsteps of all of our leavers. I am certain, as our current Year 6s have done, you will fill their boots with ease and you will make everyone proud of you. Head Boy and Head Girl are always democratically voted for, not by the staff, but by the children. The outgoing 6s and the upcoming 5s always put their views forward, and just like last year, the results are yet another landslide where 2 children have stood above the rest of their year group, which really does prove that the children know who their head boy and head girl should be. I'm going to ask Talanya and Tanuka to now come forward and do their last job as head boy and head girl, and they're going to present the badges to their successors. Ready? Can you remember doing this as last year? So, well done to our head boy and head girl of 2020-2021, who are going to be Maxwell Mansour and Sabrina Piranet. She now knows why I've got her to take her earrings out. Okay, got to set an example, haven't we? Okay. Talanya and Tanuka, you. So that is your final gift from me. Thank you very much. Oops, daisies. That's my speech. Thank you. He's already done his first job as head boy. There you go. Okay, hold the bell. Don't ring it. Okay. Let's give Talanya and Tanuka a very big round of applause. Thank you. So before I ask our new head boy and head girl to ring the school bell to signal the end of the academic year, I'd like to say a thank you to all of the Year 6s and to all of the teachers for a fabulous end of term. And thanks to everyone today for sharing this wonderful celebration. To the Year 6s, I would like to wish you every success on the next stages of your journey. And I hope that wherever your pathway leads you, you will always find time to come back and say hello to us, because we always love seeing our old boys and our old girls. In a moment, when the bell rings, normally the Year 6s get up and leave the church, but we're not going to do that. Year 6s, you're going to stay where you are. When the bell rings, the year 5s can go back to their classrooms, year 2s can go back to the classrooms, and then year 6s, we can have a bit of a breather out on the playground with your form tutors. Okay, so wishing you all a very happy holidays. Sabrina and Maxwell, can you please ring the bell to end the school year 2019-2020? Off you go. Excellent. So, year 5 can go back to classes.